everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you for visiting. This is my Flosstube number 49 and I'm Eve, and Rogue is here with me, but she's lying down. And welcome to all my subscribers. Thanks for coming back. Please tell your friends I need more subscribers. I enjoy doing the videos, so whether I'm subscribed or not, whether you're a subscriber or not, I'm happy you're here. And this is mostly a channel about cross-stitch. I do a lot of other things. I have behind me, I just finished this part of the quilt top that I've been working on in between a bunch of other things. And, excuse me, and just got to put the borders on it and then quilt it. And so this one I'm going to quilt before I put the backing on, because I'm going to do a technique where you put you bind it and put the backing on at the same time, and you can't quilt the backing to it that way, because I want this is the way I've seen done. I've watched several videos of this, and I'm going to do it the way they show on Missouri Style Quilt Company. She does one like that, and I like the way it looks, so that's why I'm doing it. Anyway, before I start talking about cross stitch, I did want to mention that my sister, if anybody's been watching our Flosstubes, any of them for a while, you know that our mother passed away in December. And my sister created this cross-stitch pattern, Beth, and her Flosstube is linked in the link tree below. Anyway, she created this this pattern. She calls it Blessed, and it has the verse from Matthew 5:4 that says, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted." And then she has my mother's name stitched right here. Well, she decided to go ahead and put this pattern for sale. Here's the word comforted here. And these are little sheep that she got at one of the local yarn shops. They're made by someone local here. Anyway, this is up on our Etsy site if you're interested. And I know it's almost the end of Sunday, but it's there's a sale on the patterns on the Etsy site until the end of the day tomorrow. We are September 5th, so at the end of the day on September 6th, Labor Day. And I had said that I wanted to, I piled stuff on top of it, I'm sorry. I had said that I wanted to make a notions pouch for the quilted bag that I showed you last time. And here it is. Zipper. It's 7 by 7. And again, it goes with this. And it's sold as a set, and it's up on the Etsy site already. And I really love this pattern. I started making this as a I wanted to practice the pattern before I did it with the Hummingbird Lane fabrics, and so that's the pattern I'm going to use to make a quilt for my bed. The Hummingbird Lane fabrics, I've gotten all kinds of teals to go with. I love teal. This one is also teal looking, and so it's going to be another quilt for my bed. My dog, she sleeps with me at night, and she licks and licks, and my dad said she likes to lay down with my dad during day, and he said, I think she peed in my bed. The bed's all wet. I'm like, no, she's licking. She licks her paws, she licks her, I don't know, back, she licks everything. And, and then she goes to sleep, and then she wakes up and licks some more. And I've taken her to the vet because, she's bald. And from all this licking. And, he has me giving her Benadryl and stuff, and I've changed her food several times, and she still licks. So, anyway, that gives me the ability to switch it out and wash one while the other one's on the bed. My other sister, Naomi, she does not have a floss tube, even though we keep telling her, make yourself a video. She does all kinds of stuff. She's just as, all of us are very crafty. But she went to Boston last week to move her daughter from one apartment to another. And while she was in Boston, because she bought this for me, because I took her to the airport at 3:30 in the morning. But she bought me one. Her daughter is a senior. This is going to be her senior year. And when her daughter was first moving out there, she bought me one then because I was doing stuff. And she put this inside of it. Isn't it cute? Little lobster lollipop. It is strawberry flavored, but, can't have everything. I don't know. I don't like strawberry flavoring. I like strawberries. But other than that, it's just hot. I was going to record earlier in the day during the daylight. It's dark. It's 7:15. But I went grocery shopping to pick up stuff. We're going to barbecue here and have a swimming party and kind of end of the season kind of thing, And I went grocery shopping for that. I don't know that I was gone that long, but man, it was hot when I came back. And I couldn't face being in this room. It was just no way. I was so hot. So it's nighttime. So let's talk about what I've been doing. I showed you the little notions pouch. I have another quilted bag that I'm working on, and I finally settled on what I want to do, because while I'm doing a technique that I got from somewhere, I'm not doing it. I'm not using a pattern like that one. So anyway, this is the knitting with the Casapinka's Snark-o-meter. I am partway through Clue 2, and Clue 4 came out yesterday. A little behind. Anyway, I just love the way the colors are coming together. I'm happy with my color choices. I've had issues. So, my sister Beth, that lives with me, was staying at my sister Naomi's house while she was in Boston. And I went and picked him up from the airport Thursday night. And she called me on Friday morning. I was in the middle of knitting. I was halfway through a row. And let me put this away before some other tragic thing happens to it. My sister Beth had not left my sister Naomi's keys, and so my sister Naomi went to go out. She gets eggs from a local little farm, and she went to go out. She's like, I'm stuck in my house with no keys. So I could have just taken the keys to her, and it would have just been a short detour. Excuse me. But I decided to go. I hadn't been out to the farm. I hadn't seen the chickens. That you can see chickens and she has sheep and different things. Anyway, I said, oh, I'll go. We'll go and just have fun. And so I was midway through the row, and I, pulled it down the needles so it wouldn't come off, and there I went. When I came back, I picked it up going the wrong way, so I knitted I was knitting half the row here. I turned around and went this way in the middle of the half instead of continuing on, and had to undo all of that. But I did, and there was no tragedies. It was just kind of silly. And that's the way my week has gone, actually. Because the next thing I'm going to show you is... Oh, sorry. I took it out. Let me see. Where is it? Sorry for all the rustling. So I have not printed out the third portion of this. It came out on the 1st, and it's real cute. It's got, I just like it. It's got little ghosts, and it's very cute. But I'm working on the second section right here. Yeah. So if you've been following me on my Instagram app or on Facebook, you've seen what happened. So here I am, just a little into the second clue, and it's already September. So I'm working on August. And this word black, now the cat is the correct height, the correct position, everything. And I did the B and the L, and I got to the A and realized that it was 1 stitch too short, and that it was, I don't know that I realized it was too close. I don't know. But I adjusted the A. I said, no, I can live with that. I'm not gonna undo the B and the L for that. And so I continued, and I adjusted the C, and as I was working on the K, I realized that this word is completely wrong. It is, let me see if I can show you here. It is too high. It's supposed to be 1 stitch lower, and then it's 1 stitch too short this way, and it's 1 stitch too far this way. So completely in the wrong place and wrong. And I didn't realize it until I was halfway through the K, what was going on. And by that time I'm like, okay, so now it's really far from the bottom of this, and then we're going to have that banner below here, and is that going to look stupid? And so I asked opinions on Instagram and Facebook. Got a lot of great suggestions, but I'm going to leave it as is for right now. I'm not going to frog all of this. There's just no way. And after I finish the whole thing, if it is still bothering me, if I don't like the way it looks, I will A, frog it, probably not, or B, add a line or backstitch line or line of cross stitch to right underneath there to fill in, but I don't want to get any further behind than I already am. And I started on the C, and I said, you know what, I'm going to do the eyeballs on both sides. You can barely see that eyeball. I'm going to do the eyeballs on both sides, and before I finish that cat's word, to make sure I don't get it even worse. So I just said, you're in timeout for right now. So I thought, I'll pick up and tell a good night. Yeah, we did that. So Here's the pattern. It has two little teal houses and two little white houses. They're level with the bottom of the tree. We have Santa Claus and ho ho ho, and to all a good night. And very pretty. I love it. And I got to working on it, and I was like, I don't really like that teal, but I was most of the way through the house, and I said, well, and then, you know, I got that white in, I was telling you last week. And so I did the work on the tree, and I continued behind here because I still had more thread, and I did the snowflake, and I was gonna start on the snow on top of the house. That's when I realized, because I had finished the teal part of the house and the green, and I hadn't really liked the way the green looked with the teal. Right here. It is too far up. So when I counted up from the wrong portion of the tree, so it's too high. It should have been level with this, and it was up here. Because I frogged already the other portion of this thing, and that would have been the bottom of the tree right around where this branch comes in. Floating house. So this teal that you see right here is the thread that most matched the really tealy that they had there at the attic. That is this color right here. Beautiful color, I love it, but I wasn't loving it with that green, and that green is this one, and here they look fine, but on the stitching you can see right here I don't really like the way they look. And I have this teal, and I was like, you know, I might just put this one in instead, and it looks okay against this darker background. I think it'll be all right. It might not be bright enough, so I'm going to hold like one thread up and see what it looks like, and see if I can still see it, you know, in the darker portions. So I might have to stick with the teal I have, but I have to, either way, I have to frog that whole house. And the green that I put in, because it was in the wrong place. And that one I could not live with. And then on the 1st, I decided I wanted to do a spooky September, besides the Tinymodernist and the other many Halloween projects I have, which I haven't worked on since May or June, something like that. So I started this, and I showed you, I think last week. No, I hadn't started on it last week. I started on the 1st. This is how far I've gotten. I know, not a lot, but you know, I've only worked on it 2 days. And then my September, what's it called? Not spectacular, showstopper. So I wanted to start in the middle to make sure I had it centered on the fabric. But this bug is not in the center. It looks like it's in the center, but it's not. If you look at it carefully, it is just to one side. The middle of the bug is not with the middle of that. And so I struggled with, I got out a blank the one instead of the one I actually was working I struggled with finding the center. Not with the center of my cloth, with the center of the pattern. And then, you know, when you start in the center, you're not necessarily starting in the exact center because you want to start, you know, wherever that color starts, close to the center. I started at the corner with the Halloween one because in the center there is nothing. There is nothing anywhere near the center of that pattern. So this is how far I've gotten on that. I've worked on it one day and said, okay, you're in timeout. Because I was so frustrated with, by the time I found it and could start working on it. And you know, this is CrossStitchingForFun. And the other one I just showed you was Twin Peak Primitives, the Halloween one. And this one, their patterns are beautiful. I love them. But they are very, you know, 2 stitches of one color and 5 stitches of another color. And that's what gives them so much depth. That's why they're pretty. But, you know, you have a lot of color changes in these, and I was just like, I'm not up for that right now. But I am going to do all 4 of these seasons, and I am looking forward to it. And I did have a little bit of haul. I bought some quilt squares and stuff. I mean, some, you know, a layer cake and some charm pack for a quilt I'm planning to do, but I'm not going to show you that because it's boring. The fabric is just solids, and both of them, you know, solid different colors, solid white. So instead I'm going to show you this. Isn't he cute? I can't even get him all in there. He's very tall. I got this at Hobby Lobby. Just a little majestic looking reindeer, which I will use. You know, he looks beautiful. I mean, you could have him out all year round. He doesn't have any Christmas stuff on him, except he's sparkly. I'm gonna put all kinds of like jingle bells or something on him when at Christmas time. I might leave him out all year round. I don't know. He's beautiful. And just I don't know, the long legs and everything. I just love it. And it was on sale at Hobby Lobby, and I was like, yeah, I gotta get that. And I bought some other stuff from Fat Quarter Shop and from Missouri Star, which has not arrived. I like I said, I got that layer cake and charm pack. I'm gonna make a very manly looking quilt for my son. He is he's 23 years old, and when I adopted him, he was 2.5-ish. And I purchased I dressed up his room in blacks and baseball stuff. I like black. And, you know, and not overtly black, you know, in his room. It's just the comforter had blacks in it, and the sheets were black or white. I had 2 different sets for him. He is still using that comforter. He loves it. You know, he hates change, but that comforter is 20 years old. So I thought, you know, he needs a new blanket that's his. I know a quilt isn't a blanket. I know a quilt is a quilt. But I think that'd be nice to give him for Christmas. And I've picked a pattern, and you know, the pattern has all these girly fabrics in it. But I think the pattern, I mean, the way they show it, you know, but I think the pattern itself will lend itself well to these solid colors and not look girly. And so I'm going to do that. So that is all I have. I know it's a short video. I do want to say thank you to everyone who has sent in fabrics or funds to help us purchase fabrics. The outpouring for our 411 project in honor of my mom has been overwhelming, and we really, really appreciate every single one of you. We've gotten someone who just went through her stash and just sent fabrics that she had, and they're beautiful fabrics. We can't wait to get started on these things. I'm going to start cutting soon, like next week, just cutting them and putting them in stacks ready for sewing together. My sister Naomi and I are gonna just blow through what we have, and then we'll go get more, and we're just very, very, very happy. And so thank you all for that. And tomorrow we're gonna barbecue. It's so hot. And it was cooling off, and I was like, was it going to be warm enough to swim? Yeah, it is. Today was so hot. So thank you all for listening. I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe and like, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.